One thing that I've come to understand over the years is that soil health is kind of become the gut health of the plant world. It's the one thing that everybody knows is important, but nobody is willing to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
You wake up in the morning and you get up out of bed, drink a cup of whatever it is.
Many of you guys know that I'm a nurse, and because I'm a nurse, a lot of the analogies that I will use will have to do with human anatomy or human processes, and sometimes they get the point across and sometimes they don't. But let's think about this. So why is it important that we feed the soil and even consider soil health? Soil is a living thing, and as such, it has many microorganisms in it that need sustaining. If we do our best to sustain these microorganisms, then our soil will work for us and help us to have a good, healthy crop from season to season. And doing so may not be as hard as you think. In fact, one of the ways that we do so is by using something that you probably already have in your pantry. So, let's talk about this phenomenal thing that's in your pantry that can help feed your soil. Whoops, let's turn it around. You probably already know what it is. That's right, it's molasses. And you're probably thinking, Brady, wait, that's not what you think. Brady, stop with all the noise, buddy. Molasses diluted and used as a soil drench can actually add needed carbohydrates to your soil, and then it feeds those microbes. And I'm really simplifying this, okay? But it feeds those microbes, and then as a result, you have more availability to the nutrients that are actually in your soil. A lot of times we think our soil is dead, but it's not necessarily that it's dead. There are just certain parameters that have to be unlocked, so to speak, for your plants to be able to actually access the nutrients that are in your soil. Think about it this way. What's the one thing that they always tell you to take with iron? Vitamin C. Because vitamin C helps the cells to be able to actually absorb that iron. So the iron could be in your body, but without the vitamin C to help transport it properly, you're not going to be able to benefit from it. So it's kind of like that with a lot of the nutrients that are in our soils. Clay in particular can be really bad about locking down on those nutrients. Clay is actually a very nutrient-rich soil. The problem is the plants can't access it. So once we provide certain things, it does make the nutrients more available to those plants. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you do have clay soil, there are things that you can do that will help make the nutrients more available to the plants and increase biodiversity. Molasses is one of those things, but there are also some other things you'll need to do if you have clay soil. So I may make another video on that. But today, we're just going to be using this molasses. I want to show you how to use it if you want to be able to feed your soil. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind when it comes to using molasses for the soil. Unsulfured or blackstrap molasses for your treatment, okay? I just happen to have an organic one. This is also the one that we use for cooking, as well as what I use to make our brown sugar out of. I've had that forever. I went ahead and took some out to use for the garden. I went ahead and poured that in there. I believe we got, yeah, we did. I got that from Azure Standard a while ago with one of our monthly purchases, and I'm about halfway through the bottle, so I probably need to be going ahead and thinking about getting some more. But one of the things that I want to mention when it comes to using it is, you may think, okay, so we're feeding the soil, so is it okay to use this in soil that already has plants? And for the most part, yes. I actually haven't been able to find a plant that this would be dangerous too, although you may want to do your research if you've got some specialty plants that are planted and you're going to be treating that soil. But for your average southern crops that we do here in southern Alabama, they're all going to pretty much be fine from this treatment. So if you're wanting to treat the soil that already has plants in it, fine. And you will probably even notice a boost in your plants as well. Well, if we're feeding the soil, then that means that these plants are going to be able to access nutrients that they weren't previously able to access. So you're going to see a result in your plants. And that's really the whole idea anyway, right? So we're going to be using unsulfured or blackstrap molasses. We can use this in a bed that already has plants. You can also use this in pots or raised beds. You can use it in ground. You can use it up 2 to 4 weeks in ground. Our soil is pretty healthy because we use composted soil. We use soil that has I don't know if you can hear that, but Brady is literally sitting up under me. Yes, I'm talking about you. Chewing a toy, and it's making all kinds of crazy noise. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Ew, Brady. He's trying to figure out where I left off. Fooling with his dog. Raised beds. You can use it in pots. Although in a closed-in environment like a pot or a raised bed, I would just really pay attention and not use it I wouldn't use it every 2 to 4 weeks. In my raised beds, I only do it like twice a year. But again, we do use that composted rabbit and chicken manure. When we buy soil, we usually buy compost. So our soil is fairly healthy. So just something to keep in mind. Also, you could add this if you don't feel comfortable adding it to your beds that have plants in them already, or you just want to do an experiment with it. You can actually add it to your compost tea. You can also add it to your compost. It gives your compost a nice boost too, and gives those microorganisms there that are helping to break down the compost, gives them also something to feed on as well, adding to the speed of your compost, which is something I haven't done yet. But I don't, as far as the compost is concerned, I don't do a lot with it because it's a lot of physical strength involved in flipping it and turning it and moving it. So the guys generally tend to handle that, but that may be something that we're going to be looking into going forward for the 2026 growing season as well. So another thing you want to be sure of, whenever you're using this mix with the molasses and water is what we're going to mix it in. Make sure that whatever you're going to be using it on, raised bed, pot, in ground, make sure that that area has been watered, okay? It's just like trying to take vitamins with a dry throat. Like, you're going to get choked. It's just not going to work. So you need to make sure that there's plenty of moisture in the soil, plenty of room for those microorganisms or space and for them to move around and do what they need to do. And then we're going to add the soil drench with the molasses. I usually do a mixture of about 1/4 cup to a gallon or so of water. And that usually works pretty well for the areas that I do. Depending on how frequently I do it, I will reduce that. So if it's an area that I'm trying to build up, I'm definitely going to do at least 1/4 cup. I may even increase it. But if it's an area that's been done regularly and is looking good, everything's growing good in it, I will do 1/4 cup or sometimes even a little less. So you play it by ear. I've never been one to stick to a recipe. And so even when it comes to garden things, unless it's absolutely necessary for safety purposes, I tend to try to pay attention to what the garden is saying. What is the soil saying to me? Is it saying I need more? Is it saying I need less? Is it saying I don't need it at all? Just paying attention to that is going to help a lot with saving your products that you're using, your fertilizer, any inputs that you're using. if you just look at the soil, look at the plants, they will tell you a lot. And sometimes tuning into that is the best thing that you can do for your garden. Let's go ahead and get these mixed up. Oh, Brady, stop it. Stop it. Stop it, stinky boy. You stop it, stinky boy. You stop it, stinky boy. You stop it. Boo. 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 Okay, so we got our gosh, I can't remember how much this is. I think it's a gallon. This is what I've been using, guys. I'll do a 1/4 cup to one of these plant waterer jugs, and then drench the soil, and that's it. Okay, so back and body hurts, so I'm turning this over to Brian. Again, I promise you, y'all, this achiness and this stiff body post-COVID is just terrible. Like, is it terrible for you too, Brady? Brady, is it terrible for you? All right, let's get it going. All right, so we're gonna put a little water in first.
Good morning. That's good.
Go ahead. No, more. A little bit. I'll tell you when to stop. It will foam up when you add the molasses and then the water. So you may choose to add all of your water first and just give it a good vigorous shake. I chose to do it this way just because this way I know it's good and mixed, and this container is hard to shake without spillage. All right, bro. So you're just gonna start with either one of them, and just gonna pour all in throughout the bed from one end to the other.
Like this?
Keep it in the bed. You need to step over in there. Step over in there.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, I got spill.
Keep it in bed.
Oh, God.
That's pretty good. Let's save a little bit right here for our goji berry. Right here where these rocks are at. Right there where those stones are at, right there.
The pour?
Right on the stones.
Okay.
Alright, stop. And let's put a little bit on our new grapevine there. See that stick coming out the ground?
Right here?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Pour all of it out.
Yes, ma'am.
Make sure you use all of it. Liquid gold.
Oh, yeah, right.
It is a liquid gold. Alright, and then now I'm just going to water this in really good. Even though I did drench beforehand, we're going to do again after. And then this evening, we're going to get some more plants into the ground. So thanks for watching, and I hope this helps you grow big from home. Take care.